Well, y'all, it's the day before Christmas, and my mom is making Christmas dinner, and I'm helping her prepare with some greens from the garden that that I helped to grow at the garden. These are fresh greens that here's a big old pot of them right here. Kind of, I kind of chopped them a little bit already, but I'm chopping them even more now. So to prepare them to put in the pot, I'm gonna saute these in water and then season them up. First, I separate them from the stems, but I still include the stems because the stems have so much more. The stems have a lot of nutritional value. Stems actually have more value than the leaves. But what I'm gonna do is separate them from the stems, and then I cut these up even more, the green part, and then the stems. What I do is I take those and chop them up finer than I do the leaves. But yeah, so I'm just helping her out. It takes a lot not to eat some of this food. I'm doing raw food my raw food um, binge today. Basically, it's a raw food fast, I guess, where you eat nothing but raw leafy green vegetables and fruit. So it's a challenge to not while you helping to cook to not eat the food, and that's going into the subject I want to talk about today, called about willpower and also telekinesis, manifesting things with your mind, to making things happen with your mind. In order to do that, in order to make things happen and manifest what you want, it takes willpower. But basically, yeah. What I'm gonna do with these greens, I'm getting ready to saute them in water, not olive oil, but water, and then season them up. And I'll show you how I do all that. Um, the other day, I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, as some of you all may know because I did a YouTube video on that. I was in Las Vegas, Nevada, and there's this puppeteer, Native American puppeteer. He had this puppet that was like a Native American puppet. I'll show y'all clips of it. Um, but the Native American puppet, like he was making this puppet dance like it was he was making his puppet dance like it was real. Thing looked so real. I'm thinking to myself, like, I know he's controlling it with his hands, but it seemed like he was also controlling this puppet with his mind too. And that might sound crazy, y'all, but it seemed like he was putting his spirit into that puppet. The way that puppet was looking so real and dancing so real, like, it just made me think of how, me and some friends have talked about telekinesis, and how there has actually been people able to make things move with the power, just the power of their minds. And that happens all the time. It's just that it's done in a different way. Uh, People might think that's crazy, but in Africa they do this. Basically, they summon the when it comes to like when it comes to voodoo, they summon the different deities, voodoo deities, and talk to them, and they utilize them to work on their behalf for whatever they need done. These deities. So whenever your mind is powerful, basically that's coming from all these deities are nothing but things, nothing but energies represented inside of ourselves. All these deities that you speak to, all of them, these voodoo deities or laws or whatnot, all of these are energies that's just coming from within you. They're nothing like gods above you. They're not above you. They're within you. So basically, you created these energies to help you in life and work on your behalf. So basically, that's an example, a well-known example to a lot of people of being able to utilize your mind to just the power of your mind alone to manifest things and make them happen, like right then and there on the spot, or right then the same day, or in the same week. Um, they summon these deities, and they do rituals and all this stuff, and they work on their behalf, like to do things that they need done to heal sickness, to help them out in life in general, to just they even now there's people that do what people consider bad things. They use them to harm other people. They use them to help people. They use them to get people out of jail. They use them for all kind of stuff, to heal sickness, disease, just help them on. Like they use them for guidance. They ask guidance of them for how to move, how to do things in the future. But yeah, basically all that comes back down to building your willpower. So when you build your willpower, you build the power of your mind. Um, like this pie right here, my mom made this pecan pie. And it's gonna take a lot out of me to not chomp into some of that pecan pie today, but I'm working on building my willpower. And there's a good book that deals with all what I'm talking about called Cyclomancy. Cyclomancy deals with building your willpower. It deals with all, first you have to work on yourself if you want to be able to influence. You work on your own psychic energies and your own abilities, your own psychic internal abilities, in order to influence the things around you and make them, kind of align your own energy with what's around you, and kind of make your energy flow into what you want and need, so you can make it happen, make anything manifest that you want, make anything happen that you want to happen. And I'll tell y'all more about that book later, but that book, it basically, you can build your psychic abilities to where it seems supernatural. It's not supernatural. It's all within you already. It's just that it was latent and hidden, and because you haven't really used it. It teaches you how to control your body temperature. Basically, they have exercises to show you how to, like when you stick your hand in water. If it's cold water, you can make your hand feel warm. And you can feel warm inside the water. It's just a lot of different exercises that show you how to increase the power of your mind, your pineal gland, and also basically stimulate your pineal gland. All this stuff does is really stimulate your pineal gland, and that's what connects you to helps you to connect to the spiritual realm. Once your pineal gland is open, like you've increased the power of your brain. Now, when I was in high school, they told us that most human beings only use maybe like 20% of their brain. Now I'm hearing that they're only using 10%. So that's decreased drastically from when I was in high school, and I'm only 31. So that means people have been dumbing down. But just think, in the past, people used to use more of their brains. They used to use like more of their brains than we're using now, because we were relying on so much technology. So they were probably using like 40, well, yeah, they were using like, in the past, more people were using like 50, 60, maybe 100% of their brain, because they were able to do so many things that we wonder how they were able to do without technology. They were able to build the pyramids without technology. Back then, people had more psychic abilities. They were able to telecommunicate without the use of phones or without the use of technology. They were able telepathic. That's called telepathic communication. More people were able to do that than there are now. Now, your people are still able to do that, but not as many people as were able to do it then. That's because they were utilizing the power of their minds so much more. They didn't rely so much on technology like we do today. And so it would make sense that more people had those powers back then. But yeah, so you're gonna watch how I cook these greens. I also wanted to mention to you all, there was a study done actually on meditation and utilizing your meditation. It was a group meditation, and there's a bunch of people got together. Y'all take a look at this peach cobbler, looking good. Like I said, it's gonna take a lot of willpower to not eat some of that today, but I'm gonna do it. I always call it the best time to build your willpower is around the time when sometimes when it's hardest. But yeah, during the group meditation, they were trying to see how people's minds could affect the outcome of their surroundings. And there was a lot of crime in this city. I forget the name of the city. What I'm gonna do is send y'all a link to it. There's a city where that was high crime, and these people did group meditation for a day. I mean, for some, it was for a few hours, and on that same day, and within that same month, they mentioned that there was no crime. There was not one crime in that area for a whole month. Now these are people that commit crimes every day. They had like over 500 people get together and do some group meditation together and concentrate on the same thing, focus on the same thing, and meditate. And there was no crime in that city for a whole month. This was crimes, you might get like 10 crimes happening in one day. So that's just one example of the power of the mind. I have to let this water boil long enough to where it get hot enough to where I can put my greens in it. So that's why, you don't see me doing anything just right now, besides telling y'all about what I'm talking about. But see how high my fire is? It's a little bit above medium. Because I want it to be like I'm sauteing. I'm not sauteing at all, I'm sauteing in water. But yeah, they got together. Oh, another study. There's this doctor named Emoto. His last name is Emoto. And he was able to use his mind to move water and able to formulate words with water simply with his mind alone. So he was able to put words like love, able to write like words like love into water just using his mind and with nothing else. So you're able to move objects with your mind and use your mind to do anything that you needed to do. It's just a matter of developing those powers. So sisters and brothers, we always talk about, how this system is holding us down and, we can't really catch a break. Which I'm not denying racism. That's true that a lot of the time, that's true that what's going on. These people, a lot of people do not want you to succeed. And they are, discriminating. I'm not denying discrimination, but, you have no excuse because you really have all the power. You have all power. Believe me, you have all power. Right now, I'm building mine. I know people who have built theirs and they can actually do some of these things that I'm speaking of. They've actually helped get people out of jail by using the power of their mind. So, a lot of different things. So all you have to do, what you have to do is build your internal power, stimulate that pineal gland and build your internal power. Go deep within and discover, get rid of all your, all your trauma. Go through all your trauma and dig deep. Anything that's keeping you stagnated, work on letting go of. And I'll show you all about it as I'm learning it myself. I'll show you all the results I have and tell y'all about how all this is going for me. But like I said, I have good examples of people who have done this stuff and it's worked for them. So I know it can work. It's just a matter of doing it. But yeah, we have all power, so we have no room to really just complain. I understand mentioning things, but just complain on and on. It's okay to mention things because everyday things that happen, it's okay to mention them sometimes. But if your mind power is focused on that, then that's what you focus on, is being the victim. You're not focused on being the hero, being the one who overcame all that. You focus on somebody else oppressing you. If you feel like you really have an oppressor, then you do. If you really feel like you have an oppressor, then somebody's over you and they have power over you, then they do. But if you feel like you have all the power, then they can't harm you. So there's no reason to waste brain energy on that. But yeah. You have all, as I was saying, you have all power, so it's really no room to really just be sitting up complaining, talking about the white man and how, you being oppressed every day and all this stuff. Because, like I said, you're more powerful than that white man anyway. You have more power because of your ability. If you utilize it. Anybody can get to that level where they can utilize their power, where nothing is really just going to affect them. You're going to have situations that come about, but it's all how you deal with them, how you respond to them, that shows you as the supreme, winner. I have one of my friends online always says you either a slave or you either the master. You either a master or you a slave. So if you don't master yourself, you're gonna always be a slave to somebody else's thought form. You're gonna always be a slave to somebody else um, mind control, which is what they do is subliminally mind control people. So in order to break free of that subliminal mind control, you have to first go within and focus. You need to meditate. You need to get past a lot of your psychological trauma. I'm not saying that psychological trauma wasn't helpful, but in order to really go to higher levels, you have to get past all those things. So, and I'll be teaching you all about all that. I'll be showing you all and showing you how it works for me also. But you have to get past all of your emotional baggage first. Utilize it, be an observer. Utilize it to energize you and make you and strengthen you. All of it's necessary because through pain, that's where you really grow. So if it wasn't for pain, you wouldn't grow. So if you look at it like that and you understand that concept, then you don't see yourself as a victim. So I think this water is ready. See about how much it's boiling. I want y'all to see about. Okay, I think it's about ready. Start sauteing. Damn, dropping stuff on the floor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna saute these, and then I'm gonna season up with some onion powder, garlic powder. I might put I know onion powder, garlic powder, seasonal salt, maybe seasonal salt, and I'll put some oregano in this. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me go turn this light on. I'm back. Guess I should just pour this on in now. The majority of it. And I do this little bit by little bit because I can't fit all of it into the pan, but I still want it to saute. What the open pan does is it allows the water to escape instead of putting it in a big pot. It allows the water to escape. That's what allows it to saute and cook up faster. Because the water is escaping. It kind of makes things sweeter when the water escapes that way. That's why you get those brown marks when things are sauteed. You kind of see brown on your vegetables. That's because it's kind of like the sugar is kind of building up out of the vegetables a little bit. Using salt, regular old salt. See, more than salt. I'm gonna put that in there right now. Then I'm putting my onion powder and seasonal salt in there. Garlic powder. See, here's the onion powder that I'm using. Onion powder, just regular onion powder. Wish I had some non-GMO organic spices, but that's expensive, so I don't have that right now. Here's the garlic powder I'm getting ready to use. You just put like a, depending on how many greens you put, you put like you'll see how much I put in these. Garlic powder. I'm gonna put some curry powder in there too, a little curry powder, and in the seasoning salt. Here, right here. So, since this is right now, I'm cooking. There's not too many greens right now in the pan. I'm gonna put maybe 3 pinches of salt. Well, 2 pinches of salt, because that's not a lot. See, about that much. And I'm gonna do the same with all the other seasons, 2 pinches, because see how many greens is not a lot right now. And as I put more greens in, I put 2 more pinches each time, like for about this amount of greens. That's about, I guess, 2 cups worth of greens, or maybe not even that. That's about a cup worth of greens. So per 1 cup, you put 2 pinches of seasoning, of each seasoning. All right, y'all. That's it for right now. What I'm gonna do is make another video. I'll just show you a picture of how everything came out. You're gonna see a picture come up of how everything looks. But you know the seasonings I used, and I'm gonna show you the different stages. I'm gonna show you pictures of the different stages of how everything should look once you put certain seasonings in, and when to put certain seasonings in and when to stir. All right. Or I might just make another video about it.